Hey guys, thanks for joining me again. Today we're going to do the 2nd January granny square. It's just a generic little snowflake. I wanted to reiterate that just because I saw a video the other day, this girl had started crocheting and she said it's a very expensive hobby. It does not have to be expensive, okay? Obviously, if you want specific colors and you have to buy a pattern for it and you want to get all fancy with your tools, then yeah, it's going to be expensive. I did not do that. This kit that comes with a generic 2 to 6 millimeters, I have the 2 that are missing right here, the 2 to 6 with the half sizes. This, I don't think cost me more than maybe like, I don't know, $15 maybe, and it had everything I needed in it. Now I have some extras in here because I found some other kits I wanted to add to it, and you know, things like that. But it comes with the stitch markers, the stitch counters, it comes with all the hooks you need, the cutters, and the tapestry needles. Now it doesn't come with this many tapestry needles. It comes with like the basic, I think 5, maybe 6. I just found more in a sewing kit that was willed to me. So this comes with everything you need. And if it's something that you definitely want to try, and you want to try all the different types, whether it's little tiny lace crocheting, or if you want to try the bigger amigurumi crocheting, this comes with what you need, okay? Now, as for the yarn, yes, again, if you want specific colors, then it may cost you more. Or if you want the fancy frilled yarn, then that's going to cost you more. But these are the colors I'm using for the pattern. You can find things in the clearance section. Okay, this was $1.24. It's usually $5. I realize that's not maybe a huge difference, but there are 2 skeins of this in the clearance section for $1.24. So I'm able to make bigger projects with this. You know, maybe I want to try something. Maybe I want to try a scarf pattern, or a pot holder pattern or something like that. And I'm not really dedicated to a specific color, so this is a good option. There's also yarn. Generally, there's bags of yarn at thrift stores that I always find. Now, I always get mine at Hobby Lobby. They generally only clean out their yarn section like once every couple weeks, so there may not be yarn by the time you get there. Or there could be an entire basket full of yarn for you to choose from. It just depends on how firm you are in what you're looking for, or if you really just want to start crocheting and teaching yourself all the nuances of patterns and all that. Now, as for patterns, I think I mentioned this in the first video. I am set up to receive emails for free patterns. So I'll get at least, I don't know, 5 or 6 emails daily. Obviously, you don't need to sign up for that many email things, but they come with scarf patterns, amigurumi, hats, gloves, anything you can think of. There's a free pattern out there for you. So you do not have to spend $30 on a bejeweled crochet set, or $20 on a skein of fluffy yarn, which I still can't crochet fluffy yarn. So if that's where you want to start, then kudos to you and good luck. And you don't have to pay $10 for every pattern you want to do. I think I've only bought 1 pattern since I started crocheting, and it was because it was something very specific that I wanted to make, and I couldn't find a free pattern for it anywhere. So don't think that you have to spend a whole bunch of money on stuff. You may have to spend some, but it's not going to be breaking the bank. If all your goal is to try it, see what you can do with it, see if you enjoy it, then by all means go to a thrift store, the clearance section, or I think Timo even has crochet sets for like $5. So don't think that you have to spend a whole bunch of money on stuff to do this. Okay, so I did go with a cream color. I didn't really want white because I think the cream goes better with this blue color. Now I do have white and I do have blue in my stash, but I didn't want that. So this is where we're at. This pattern does call for a 3.75 millimeter hook. I don't have that size. I only have the whole and half sizes. So on either side of the spectrum we have 3.5 and then we have 4. Now how I decide is how it fits on the hook. So although I love using the 4 millimeter, I think that might be a little big. I think the 3.5 fits the yarn better. Obviously, if you want it bigger or if you want it smaller, then choose a bigger or smaller hook. This is pretty basic yarn, nothing fancy, but we're going to use the 3.5. I do have a couple stitch markers. The stitches in this pattern, and I'm going to have the website where I got this in the description. The stitches for this, very basic, and actually the way that they abbreviate is also pretty common, considering that's what it says in like the beginner crochet book that I purchased. But I think it might get a little complicated because you're trying to make these little pretty snowflake things, but I think we can work through it. Now, I'm sure you guys noticed I actually have nails. I got bored yesterday and this is what happens. So I'm hoping I can crochet relatively smooth, but if I drop my yarn a whole bunch of times, that's why. This is only 7 rounds. So as long as I don't keep talking, it should be relatively fast. I think it's only... It doesn't give the stitch counts, which I prefer when they give the stitch counts, but we'll just make do with what we got. So the first thing is a magic ring. Now I always take the end and wrap it around, hold on to it, and I'll take that end and hold it on with my pinky. So it's kind of taut. Slip your hook under, grab it, twist, and then grab the yarn to complete the circle. The first thing we're doing is we are chaining 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then 15 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, oops, what happened? Okay, I'm going to redo that one. Come on. 12, 13, 14, 15. got 15. I'm going to yank on the string here, bring it together. I'm going to mark this. And then we're going to slip stitch it together. Okay, now the next one is to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, so generally you chain 3 to match up with the double crochet. So this is a double crochet and then chain 2 is basically what the chain 5 is doing. Now we're going to double crochet in that same stitch. Okay, so that's what that first one looks like. Now I'm going to recount here just to double check because I should have 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so that's the first one. So basically what we did was a double crochet equivalent, then 2 single crochets and a double crochet. And the reason I'm explaining that is because we are basically going to be doing that in every other stitch. So we're going to skip a stitch, which is that one, and we're doing a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. So double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. Skip a stitch, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. Get some more yarn here. Skip a stitch, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. Okay, skip, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. Okay, skip, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. Skip, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. Okay, now we're going on the last one. Double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. Okay, I don't think I'm going to need a stitch marker because from now on we're going to be working in the chain 2s. So we're going to slip stitch this together. Okay, that's the beginning of the little snowflake. Now for I'm going to slightly alter this here. It says join with the slip stitch, and then it says slip stitch in chain 2 spot. Now this chain 5 is a chain 2 spot. Okay, if I skipped this section and yanked it way over here to the next chain 2, it's going to cut my snowflake. So I think what it is trying to say is that we're going to do this in that first spot. That's what I believe it's trying to say. Now, obviously, if you want to follow it verbatim, that's fine. But again, one caveat to having free patterns, there's always a chance of human error in how they wrote the pattern. Like, for example, the first granny square I did, it only said to do the same the same set of stitches 3 times, but I was working a square. So it had to be 4 times, otherwise it would not be a square. Things happen, I understand. And the more you crochet, the more you see, hey, this doesn't seem right. Just do what feels right, and if you have to undo it, just yank on the string and redo it. That's all it takes. So this first section, we're doing a chain 3 to bring it back up to double crochet height. So chain 3, double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet. 1, 2, 3. So that's a substitute for a double crochet. We're doing a double crochet, and then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 double crochet, all in the same spot here. Okay. Now we're going to the next chain 2 spot, which is over here, right there. And then we're doing 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet. And we're going to repeat that in all of the chain 2 spots. One, 2. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 double crochets. Okay. And then the next one is right here. Two double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets, okay, next one's right there. Two double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets, next one, this would look really pretty if you did it as that super thin yarn and made like a doily or something. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. See, I'm talking and stitching. Glad I could chew gum and walk at the same time. Okay, next one, 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, oops, 2 double crochet, okay, next one, chain 3, okay, and then the last one, alrighty. starting to look like a snowflake. Alrighty, so that's round 3, and then we're going to slip stitch together. Okay. Slip stitch in the next double crochet, which would be right there. Well, no, this is, okay, so here, let me undo this so we can see what we're looking at here. Okay, so this was the first chain 3, which acts as a double crochet. So you're going to slip stitch into that to connect it, and then you're going to slip stitch in the top of the second one because you're trying to move it over, I believe is what it's trying to do. Okay, so I'm going to slip stitch. Yeah, that or it's double doing. I don't think it is though. Slip stitch. Basically, you're moving the stitch over without making it obvious that you're moving the stitch over. So in the chain, well, it says chain 2, but it's actually chain 3. Slip stitch in chain 2 spot, work in the same space. So you're moving the stitch over to this spot here. I don't know why they said slip stitch in chain 2 spot, because there is no chain 2 spot. They're all chain 3s. But again, human error, it happens. So we're going to slip stitch into this so that we can move the stitch over there. Because if you didn't slip stitch your way over, then what it would do is it would yank this over here. And again, you want it flat. You don't want it all cupped. So in this chain 3 spot, you're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do 2 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet. So 1, 2, chain 3. I'm getting yelled at. Hold on just a second. So we chain 3 and then 2 double crochet. Oh, sorry, that's a mistake. It's 3 double crochet. 1, 2. My fingers are frozen, guys. It's so cold. Why is it so cold? Okay. So we're going to do the same thing we did in row 3. We're going to be working in the chain spots. Okay. So we're doing 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet all the way around. 1, 2, 3, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let me get some yarn. Okay, so we're going back into the chain there. 1, 2, 3, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, okay, back in that chain. 1, 2, 3, chain 3, 2, 3. Oops, I lost a loop somewhere. 2, 3, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, okay, the next one's right there. 1, 2, 3, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, okay, last one. Okay, and then we slip stitch in that first chain there to pull them together. Alrighty, look at that. Yeah, that would be really cute with that super thin. I don't have any out here to show you, but there's some that's too thick to be thread, but too thin to really be called yarn. It's pretty stiff. This would make a really pretty doily pattern if you like that vintage look. They have different colors too. I think I have about 5 different colors, like blue, pink, ivory. So just a suggestion. Alrighty, so we're done with round 4. We're on to round 5. This is the last round for the white or whatever color you're using for the snowflake part. Okay, so we slip stitched, and then what we're going to do is the same thing we did last time. We're going to slip stitch our way back to the chain. So we slip stitched in that to connect it. We're going to slip stitch in here. Well, I want you to go each one individually. I don't know that it's necessary, but I'll go ahead and follow the directions. So we're slip stitching into the 2 double crochets, and then we're going to slip stitch our way into where the chain is. Okay, now for the first one we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, which acts like a double crochet, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to chain 2, we're going to do 4 double crochets, all in the same spot. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oops, went a little too far. Let's redo it. Okay. Now we're going to do, we're going to go back, same concept of going in the chained sections. We're doing 4 double crochet, chain 2, 4 double crochet. That's going to be the pattern that we do just like we have been doing. Just repeating it all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 2, 1, oops, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then we're going to go back into the chain there. I'm going to keep doing this at each point. You do 4 double crochet, chain 2, 4 double crochet. You're going to do that on each point here. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll see you at the other side. Okay, so I've done all the points. The last part is to slip stitch this together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch, maybe. Let's try that again. I'm going to slip stitch this. Okay. And then I'm going to grab it again, kind of like a chain, but I'm going to yank on it. And then cut it. Kind of give you some tail to weave in later, but so that's done and knotted off. And then what I'll do after we do the border is just take a tapestry needle and kind of weave it in where it's not really noticeable, because you don't want to mess up your pretty little snowflake. So we're done with the white. Now, if any of you have watched any of my videos, you know that I crochet really tight, so that's why it's doing that. Hopefully the blue will loosen it up. If not, I think what I'll do, since I'm trying to make this into a blanket, is I will probably like get it wet and then air dry it flat, because this is just material. Yarn is just material. Anything that it's not really starching, because I'm not adding starch to it, but if you just soak it in water, kind of squeeze it out as much as you can, and then dry it flat, it'll pretty much stay flat. So I think that's what I'm going to do before I put them all together at the end of the year. Okay, so now we are changing to the blue. We have 2 more rounds to do, and we are still going to continue working in the spaces. Let me get the picture here, because what it's going to do is it's going to give that pretty edge there. So it looks like, well, why would they say that? We're attaching into the 2 space. Next round, not in. She has all these exclamation points that this is important to know, and it's not making any sense. We'll just go with it. We'll start with round 6, and then hopefully it makes sense while we're reading through it. Just so you guys know, I don't actually pre-do this to see what it's supposed to do. I'm kind of just working it along with you guys. I like to be just as surprised as you are when something doesn't make sense. Okay. Now when I attach yarn, some people will just like have this loose. Here, let me give you an example. So it says attach the yarn into chain 2 space, which is what we've been doing. So we're attaching it here. Some people will just take this and then kind of crochet it like that, okay? Which is fine, but I get nervous that this is going to come out or get too loose because I like things to be all snug. So what I do is I kind of just create a stitch, okay? Create it, make it tight. That way it's not really going to go anywhere. And then I loop it around the hook, tighten it up a little, give it enough space to go around this chain, the white part, without the knot really coming through. And if the knot does come through, you can always pull at the back to pull it back out, if that makes sense. Again, this is just how I do it. If you guys find an easier way or another way that makes more sense to you or you think looks nicer, by all means do that way. But this is just, in my brain, this makes sense. So we're attaching the yarn to the chain 2 space. Okay, so we're attached. It's basically a slip stitch. That's basically what I just did. And then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now you guys probably can't tell, but this yarn is a different consistency of this. This one is pretty, gets pretty thin when you're tugging on it. This stays pretty thick. So the outside might be a little bulkier than the inside, which is fine because snowflakes are supposed to be nice and dainty. So I'm okay with that. And I'm also excited to see what the multicolor looks like. It's a learning experience for everybody. Okay, so I chain 3. We're going to do a double crochet. And who knows, it might help flatten it out a little. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 2 double crochet. One, 2. Alrighty, now we're doing 3 double crochet. So we're working in the stitches. I still don't understand. Oh, okay, I get what this means. So we're not working in the top of the stitches. So generally, when you're crocheting, let's see if I can show you. You work in the top stitch, okay? So you would stick your, you see how there's a piece of yarn there, and then you have the loop up top. You'd usually work between those things. What they're saying is what you're going to work in between the stitches. In between, not in the top of the stitch. Is that, I can't even tell if that, there we go. You're not going to work here. You're going to work here. Okay? That didn't make sense, but it does now. So we're good. We're good. Okay, we're going to do 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet between the shells, which is, this is a shell here, so we're doing 1 double crochet there. A double crochet. Okay, so this is where we're probably working on the corner. A half double crochet. Oh, see? And I did it wrong. So you're supposed to be working in between. I worked in the top. You're not supposed to do that. That's going to make it difficult. You know, that whole habit thing. Okay, so I need to get between the stitches. So double crochet, do a half double crochet between the stitches, get some more yarn here, what's that here, have to do a single crochet, yeah, we're working a corner here, a slip stitch, single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, one double crochet between, three double crochets, still going between the stitches, not at the top, 1, 2, 3, okay, so in this chain 2 space, we're going to do 2 double crochets, one, two, oops, chain 3, 2, 3, and 2 double crochets, okay, you see we got a corner there. Yeah, we were trying to even that out, so that's why we did all those different stitches, because we need to make it flat. Okay, back to 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet in the middle, double crochet, half double crochet, single crochet, slip stitch, single crochet, half double, double, double crochet in the middle, and some more yarn, 3 double crochets, three. Okay, now we got to do the point again. We're going to do 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet, come on, okay, 3 double crochet, one double crochet in the gaping hole there, Okay, so now we gotta smooth it out again. So we got a double crochet, half double crochet, keep yanking on the yarn, sorry. Half double crochet, single crochet, slip stitch, single crochet, half double, double, okay, double, and we're doing 3 doubles. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're doing our corner again, which is 2 double, 1, 2, 3 single crochets, 2 double, okay, we'll do 3 double crochets, 2 double crochet in that spot. Okay, now we got to even things out again. So, doing a double, half double, don't realize how fast you use the yarn until the skein starts yelling at you. Okay, so we did a double, a half double, single, slip stitch, single, half double, double, and we do a double on that. Oops. And then there should be 3 doubles. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we're gonna slip stitch, right? Yeah, join with slip stitch. Alrighty. Yeah, see, okay, I get why they had us do that. So when you go between the stitches, it makes it kind of have points, which is what you want from a snowflake. Kind of has points. Instead of, if you went around, then it would be more rounded. So, alrighty, round 7. Okay, now it wants us to move up to the point again, so we're going to slip stitch into that double crochet so that we can move it on up. Okay, we're going to slip stitch into that point. Now we're chaining 3. We're almost done, guys. Double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, or 2 double crochets, sorry. Okay. Now we're doing 6 double crochets. Now since we're not doing this part anymore, we're not trying to have the points, we're trying to kind of even it out. I'm going to say that we're going to be stitching normal. So we're stitching in the normal crochet stitch, just up at the top. We're not doing in between the stitches anymore. Okay, so we did the point. We've got 6 double crochets. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 single crochets, which I don't know why they would do that, but we'll go with it. 7 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 6 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn yanking on me again. 6. Okay. The chain 2 spot, which is the point, we're doing 2 double crochets. 1, 2, chain 3, 2 double crochets, oops, let's try that again, maybe, there we go. Okay, and then we're doing the same 6 double, 7 single, 6 double. Come on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're doing 7 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 6 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we're at a corner again. We're going to repeat the same thing 2 more times. So the corners get 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet. And then the sides get 6 double crochet, 7 single, 6 double crochet. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that. If you want to rewind a few minutes to follow along to repeat that, that's perfectly fine. But again, I was trying not to have an hour-long video again. So the corner, 2 double crochets, 3 chain 3, 2 I can't talk anymore. 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet. That's, you have 2 more corners left. That's what you get for that. The side is 6 double crochet, 7 single, 6 double crochet. So I'm going to meet you on the other end, rewind a couple minutes to follow along if you need help with that, but I will see you on the other end. Okay, so I got to the other end. We're going to slip stitch to finish. And I do the slip stitch, and then I always pull one through, pull it tight, and then snip it. So there's my snowflake. Look at that. Yeah, I think, so I'm going to, I guess I can go ahead and do it for you guys. I keep saying what I'm going to do when I finish the project and never actually show you. So just in case anybody's wondering. And just to show how much I can't function with nails. Okay. Alrighty. So I usually, I'm hoping you guys can see this, I usually go back through wherever the little knot is to try and pull it a little tighter. And kind of just weave it where it won't be noticeable. Now in this instance, since this is kind of loose, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie that together. That way this part doesn't flop through and it keeps it nice and tight. Okay. Now I don't want to pull it so tight that it warps the thing, but just tight enough so that it doesn't flop around where it's not supposed to be. Okay, so just like that, and then I will take this for this instance I'm going to just weave it through here. Now if you had a different color, like I wouldn't weave it through this blue, I wouldn't weave the white through the blue because then it's noticeable. So I'm just going to weave it through that, pull it, and then what I always do, and it's just so that it hides better, because if you cut it say like here, then you're going to have some extra string sticking out and that's just aggravating. So what I usually do for all of my projects, whether it's amigurumi or just like I've made gloves, anything that I want to hide it, what I'll do is I'll kind of put some tension on it, cut it close, and then pull it. So that way it's still in there, but it's not sticking out. Okay, I hope that makes sense. But here's my cute little snowflake. I'm going to, I'm definitely going to dampen it and then dry it flat. I wouldn't necessarily wash it. I mean, you can. I haven't tested these to see if these are pre-washed because I don't want the color to bleed. I would guess that it shouldn't bleed, but you know what happens when you start guessing and assuming things. But I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to just dampen it just enough so that it has to have time to dry, and then probably lay something on top of it. You can also, once it's wet, you could stretch it out, like if you needed it just a hair bigger and didn't feel like doing a whole other level, you could stretch it out a smidge. But yeah, there it is. I hope you guys had fun following along, or just, I don't know, sometimes I just play videos just for noise in the background. But, so this is my 2nd January granny square. Next time it'll be February, so that's exciting. I'm sure there's going to be a heart somewhere there worked in. But if you guys have any questions or suggestions or want me to clarify anything, by all means drop me a comment. I hope I can get a like from you guys. I appreciate you watching along, following along with me, and I will see you next weekend.